Hey everybody, Weston here with the Hidden Given, and today we have Azula, the Fire Lord, and let's get straight into it. This is going to be a mid-size budget, so not low, like not in the $100 to $300 range. This is below $1,000 though. It's starring Fire Lord Azula. Azula, of course, is one of the main antagonists from the Avatar: The Last Airbender show. She's got a lot of issues going on, that's for sure. But who is she in card form? She's a 4/4 for one generic, and then Grixis mana, so blue, black, and red. She has firebending too, so when she attacks, you add 2 red mana. It lasts until end of combat. And whenever you cast a spell while Fire Lord Azula is attacking, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. Goal here is kind of like Fire Lord Ozai and the other firebending decks that I have made, in that we want to preserve that mana and so that way we have a good sized mana pool and then cast some things to be able to do lots of fun stuff. So let's get into it, shall we? We have Archmage Emeritus. We're running 26 creatures here, which I think I should probably cut it down a little bit to put or switch up the creatures to have a few more flash enablers, but I digress. But anywho, when you cast whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, you draw a card. It's going to be synergistic with a lot of the things in this deck. We have Archmage of Runes, so your instant and sorceries cost 1 less. And whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you draw a card. Refills, helps refill. Ashling, Flame Dancer, it's going to make it so you don't lose unspent red mana as steps and phases end. And the Magecraft is whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, discard a card, then draw a card. If this is the second time you've done this turn, Ashling does 2 damage to each opponent and each creature they control. And if it's the third time, you get 4 red mana. Then we have Avatar Roku. He's from the Jumpstart set. And whenever a player attacks, add 6 red until the end of combat. You don't lose this mana as steps end, which is pretty good. Pretty strong. And then he's got like super fire breathing. Azula, Cunning Usurper. She has firebending too, and when she enters, you'll exile, or target opponent exiles a non-token creature they control, then exile a non-land card from their graveyard, and during your turn you may cast those exiled cards, and mana can be spent as any type to cast them. Then we have Azula on the hunt. We have all the Azulas here. Firebending is just so good that you want to pack a few of these in there. So Firebending 2, and then when she attacks, you lose 1 life and create a clue token. Helps you draw cards. We do have Bergi and Electro in here to help, like Roku here, is to help us not lose our red mana. We have Black Waltz number 3. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, it deals 2 damage to each opponent. The 3 always throws me off when I read this card. Atali, I'll let you exile a card from each player's library, and then you can cast any number of spells from among those cards without paying their mana cost. One creature I didn't put in here, but you can. It's just difficult since it's a 3 color. Is like Teferi lets you cast things with as though they had flash. Cards of that nature. Leyline of Anticipation is another one that you could throw in here. Firebending Student. Prowess and Firebending X, where it's its power. Goblin Electromancer makes your stuff cheaper. Gutter Snipe Shoots. High Fae Trickster. See, you can cast spells as though they had flash. We have Hullbreaker Horror. When you cast the thing, you can bounce some stuff. Leyline Tyrant is you don't lose unspent red mana. He's a little bit more expensive, but when he dies, you can pay any amount of red, and when you do, it deals that much damage to any target. So if somebody kills him, you can kill them back. We have Opposition Agent in here. Kind of control our opponent's searching. We have Ozai, the Phoenix King, which we've done a deck tech on before. He has Trample, Firebending 4, Haste, and if you lose unspent mana, it becomes red instead. And Ozai has Flying and Indestructible as long as you have 6 or more unspent mana. We have Roaming Throne. You're going to want to probably choose Human. It'll let your triggers happen a lot more with your firebending. Okay. We have Simian Spirit Guide. We have Snapcaster Mage. Stormcatch Mentor makes your stuff cost cheaper and has prowess. We have Stormkiln Artist, which is a really strong card that is Magecraft. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery, you get to create a treasure. It's really strong. Tidal Barracuda. Any player may cast spells as though they had flash, so that's anybody. But your opponents can't cast spells during your turn, so they can kind of screw other people over. And then we have VV in here because VV. Oh wow! I'm just seeing here like how much it's dropped in price, even from when I built this deck the other day. You know, seeing that we have that happening, you know, that's pretty good that he's come down from like the 60, 70, all probably anticipation of him being banned in Standard. Then we have Zuko, Firebending Master. He has Firebending X, where X is the number of experience counters you have, and whenever you cast a spell during combat, you get an experience counter. Then we have our Sorceries. Now, mind you, there are things that can make these into instants. We have Blasphemous Act. We have Past in Flames to give our stuff flashback until end of turn. Ponder, Gitaxian Probe, Rite of Flame, Mana Geyser. Mana Geyser, I feel like this art could just be an avatar because of what it looks like here. Sozin's Comet, which each creature you control gains Firebending 5 until end of turn. We have quite a few creatures in here. And what's really important here is if you can cast things as an instant, while your Azula is attacking, you can cast Sozin's Comet, which won't work that combat. That's very important unless you do the fun things, which is down here, activating Aggravated Assault to give yourself multiple combat steps. It's very important that you do that in that order if you're going to do it. Yeah, and then we have Rite of Flame and Jessica's Will. Instance, we have a whole bunch of little like trippy ones, right? So we have like Arcane Denial for a little bit of counter magic, Negate for the same reason, right? But we have Born Upon a Wind, lets us play stuff as flash. Brainstorm, Consider, Chaos Warp, Cabal Ritual, Bulk Up, which is double target creature's power until end of turn. You know, it's just a little instant that you can play. Dark Ritual, Deadly Rollick, Deflecting Swat, Desperate Ritual, which adds 3 red. We do have Brain Freeze in here, so if you play enough and if your opponents try to react, you can Storm and do some fun things there. We have Expedite, which replaces itself, gives a creature haste. Fire Nation attacks, creates 2 soldiers with firebending. Its flashback cost is absurd, so don't even attempt it unless you have like the Aggravated Assault set up for the infinite mana. We have Opt, Poetic Ritual for more mana, Reverberate to copy an instant or sorcery. So even like, if you really wanted to, you could attack with Azula. If you have like Aggravated Assault out, attack with Azula, play Sozin's Comet, and then Reverberate it, which is pretty fun. Seething Song for mana, Terminate for removal, Last Angi Kai, which is target creature you control fights target creature an opponent controls. If it deals excess damage, you get that much red, and then you won't lose that until the end of turn, or ever if you get your way. Unleash Fury, double target creature's power, and then Withering Torment destroys things. For our artifacts, we of course have Silver Shroud costume, so that way we can make her unblockable, and we have Mithril Coat to make her indestructible, because you don't want to be losing your firebenders that have to attack. And then of course we have Aggravated Assault, which I've already mentioned. We have Braid of Fire, which is cumulative upkeep at a red to your mana pool, which we're going to have plenty of ways for us to be able to retain that red mana. Leyline of Anticipation, which I had already mentioned, lets you play your stuff as flash, and if it's in your opening hand, it gets to start on the field. And then we have Underworld Breach, which is a busted magic card. For lands, we're running 32, pretty basic package. I stay pretty, for the most part, lower end. I don't really put old duels in the list that I build unless I'm really going like all out, because a lot of people, myself included, can't afford a lot of old dual lands. But yeah, that's where we're sitting. It is, of course, bracket 3. But let me know what you think. I have talked to a few of my friends, and they're pretty excited for Firelord Azula. They think that she could be pretty strong. But let me know in the comments down below. And as always, I am Weston with the Hidden Gibbon, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.